Beta as we speak.
Beta. So we got about 12 more hours of dealing with this system before it is to the east of us, clears our area, and then we can kind of get back to some degree of normalcy. So about 12 more hours. Again, because these bands are still coming into the Houston area now and into the night and even into the wee hours of tomorrow morning. Again, my message is very, very clear. Stay off the roads unless you just have to be out there for some reason. But please stay off the road. That will benefit everyone, including yourselves. And then again, like last night, if you are out there on the road and there's water out there, please don't just drive through the water as if you and the vehicle are invincible. It just doesn't work. So turn around, don't drown, but don't try to navigate through those waters, okay? So, but the best advice would be tonight, this evening, to the wee hours of the morning, stay off the road. Having said all of that and anticipating that this system will move to the east sometime tomorrow morning, or a little bit later, we're going to have a late start for city employees. For essential workers, Tier 1, you will report. You are the essential workers, you will report as usual. For the non-essential workers, others, we start time tomorrow will be 10 a.m. So we'll start 10 a.m. City Council, of course, will proceed tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock as usual. The focus for us now for this evening and into the wee hours of the morning will shift towards the northeast. That's, last night the focus was on the south and the southwest. Even though we covered all quadrants of the city, we positioned even more resources on the south and southwest on last night and even to this morning. For this evening, we will cover all quadrants of the city, but we will reposition additional assets on the northeast. That is including, for example, Aldine, Greenspoint, the Kingwood area. We're watching very carefully Greens Bayou, Hunting, and Hall. So those are the sectors that we will be giving careful attention to. And so because we expect those rain bands to be a little bit more into that area. That's not to say that rain bands rain won't fall back over the areas on the south and southwest. So we're not saying those areas are totally clear, but our concentration will be on the north and northeast for this evening going into tomorrow. We have about 11 cases of structural damage in terms that have come in, and that's primarily concentrated on the south and southwest part. Carol Haddock of Public Works can certainly speak more to that. The good news is that we haven't gotten any reports of anybody who's been seriously injured or any loss of life or anything of that nature. So that's been good. Other than those 11 cases, and there could be more, people haven't reported it, but other than that 11, considering all of the amount of rain that has fallen on this city, up to this point, we've been fortunate, so I'm very grateful to that. With regards to the Maryland area, will the water hold all up in that area? Let me just say Project Braze, that is in the process of being completed. Let's say the first part, I think, of 21. Project Braze has proven to be beneficial. And I would say probably in the absence of the retrofitting of many of those bridges, that water certainly could have been out of its banks. But I think the council member, what's the council member? Yes, sir. The Councilmember Abby Kamen, who represents a large portion of that area, can attest that Project Braze has been beneficial, just like Sims Bayou has been quite beneficial as well, and Carol Haddock of Public Works can certainly speak to that. So those measures are working. Let me just say with regards to I-45 North Main, we've been giving special attention to that today. And if you notice, there have been times when HPD, we have cut off the traffic in both directions on I-45 on I-10. And that's because of what happened pretty much a year ago. We learned our lesson, I think all of us, and that is when water exceeds the banks, it can quickly flood those areas and create some major problems. And so when we thought that there was some potential threat, we stopped, and then we started the traffic again. So my words to you for this evening is be very, very careful being out there this evening. If you don't have to, please stay home. And now let me bring up Carol Haddock from Public Works first this evening.
Thank you, Mayor. The men and women of Houston Public Works continue to stand ready to serve throughout the evening. We still have 28 assets, vehicles that are available for high water activities. 18 of them are deployed with the Houston Fire Department, and 10 of them are on standby at local facilities. We still have barricades up at 45 locations. Please do not drive around barricades. The barricades are up to keep you safe so that you don't drive into that water and cause harm to yourself or even worse. We have about 20 traffic signals right now that are impacted. If you see those, please dial 311 and let us know so that we can get out and get those fixed. And also, we've had nearly 400 calls for trees and debris in the right-of-way. We've actually resolved all but 15 of those this afternoon. And as we go into the evening, we ask that you really stay off the roads and don't ask. It's much more dangerous for us to be out clearing the right-of-way in the dark and in the weather. So we ask that you stay off the roads for that. And at this point, we have about 130 reports of flooding in our right-of-way, and all but 20 of those have actually been resolved. By having the patches and the breaks this afternoon, that has gone down. The roadways have cleared back up. And so we're in pretty good shape at this point. We ask that everybody continue to be mindful. Don't drive around, turn around, don't drown, don't drive into water. Make sure that you don't go around those barricades. With that, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Could you speak about the structural flooding?
The 11 cases.
Oh, sorry. We have about 11 cases of structural flooding that have been reported. The majority of those are south and southwest. We have some down near the Beltway. We have some out near Keegan's Bayou. We actually don't have any in the Meyerland area that have been reported any structural flooding. It got close, but we didn't. But Project Braze and the improvements at Willow Water Hole held.
That's all houses, like 11 houses flooded?
There's at least one that is a small standalone business, and it looks like at least 8 of them we've confirmed are residential structures. The others we're looking into.
Thanks. Chief Satterwhite with HPD.
Thanks, Mayor. So first, let me say thanks to the Houston public. Houston's know how to deal with these types of storms, and everybody's doing very well. We really appreciate your help and your patience as we get through this. So as of 5:30, we had about 148 calls holding for service. A portion of those were for high water, but also other calls. We've done 33 rescues to date. We've towed 126 cars. Please do not try to drive into water. That's primarily what happens. Cars drive into water, and then they flood out, and we end up having to tow them. We have high water rescue trucks and boats surrounding the city, dispersed throughout. Prepared to respond mostly on the north side now, like the mayor said, but also on the south side. And we're just asking the public to stay home and stay safe. We need your help as we kind of deal with this storm. Again, Houston's very good at dealing with this. We really appreciate it. Continue to do that, and we'll get through this. Thank you.
Thanks. Chief Myers?
Chief Mayor? Yes, sir.
From the Houston Fire Department.
The Houston Fire Department, in partnership with Public Works, has a total of 28 high water vehicles distributed throughout the city. We also have 32 boats, which include evacuation and swift water rescue boats, and they're fully staffed, again deployed in each quadrant of the city with a heavy concentration in the northeast to address the threat that may be imminent through the night, and the southeast. We're going to maintain operations until at least 6:30 in the morning, where we'll reassess the weather and determine whether or not we need to maintain operations. To this time, we've responded to more than 800 total calls for service, with more than 50 water-related incidents, with one incident requiring the deployment of boats. We, too, thank the public for being cooperative with the Houston Fire Department and our partnership with the city and other departments. Thank you.
Thanks. Chief Bunig, and let me thank him as the head of Office of Emergency Management, has been coordinating all of our efforts. Chief Bunig.
Great. Thank you, Mayor, for your leadership and the guidance you're giving the public to stay off the streets tonight. We have about 12 more hours to go. The weather looks like it's going to be beyond us tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, and things will clear up. I want to thank the partners that we have up here, police, fire, public works, for moving the assets in a coordinated effort to where they're needed in the city. I'd also like to thank the employees of the Office of Emergency Management for working with all the city departments, coordinating the calls, providing the information that we need to keep the public safe. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. When we started off this morning, we had about 3,000 power outages in the Houston area. Then it went up to about 5,000, and as of the report I got before coming down, there are about 1,200 power outages. So I want to thank CenterPoint for responding very quickly. And again, we're not out of this system, the storm, yet. And so tonight is going to be very important, and I just want to remind people to be very cautious. Having said that, we'll stop and take whatever questions you may have.
Mayor, can you talk about, so you guys have built those floodgates around the city buildings. Have any of those been activated? We noticed some of these floodgates for the War Zone Center and all that stuff done by Houston Forest. Are any of those being used, or?
You can speak to that.
I was going to say GSD deploys them, but
It's my understanding that they.
Why don't you come?
It's my understanding that our General Services Division did close the floodgates to the City Hall Annex, the parking garages downtown today.
Is that the only one?
That's the only one that I'm aware of. There may be others, but I'm not the appropriate person to answer that.
And I know we put in additional resilience measures for, let's say, the Wortham. And so we've been watching things very closely as it relates to Buffalo Bayou, White Oak, how they converge. And I know prepared to exercise all of those resilient measures for facilities like the Wortham Theater.
And then I know we've seen 288 was successfully flooded.
Yes.
Obviously, it's text off, but a lot of people are wondering, did they do some work on there? I mean, is there anything the city can do that's in your all's purview to sort of improve on that situation?
And I will tell you that the water has drained off now on 288. TxDOT will be reopening 288 at some point tomorrow. There's with the water came, the markings separating the lanes, I think it's been washed away, so they have to restripe, and they will open up 288 sometime tomorrow afternoon. Having said all of that, Carol, you can explain what's happening with 288. The best way to deal with 288 is to build it higher, right, in that sense, especially when it's along the Buffalo Bayou. But Carol.
So we know that there's a history of 288 flooding when Brays Bayou gets up high. There's a combination of things. The actual bridge crossing of Brays Bayou is in the floodplain. However, the area back from it is an area that actually has a pump station that pumps into Brays Bayou, and then before the improvements that they're making, there was a way for it to come around the backside and get back into that bowl area. And so part of the improvements that they're instituting and building today will actually address some of those problems that they have with the additional water getting onto 288. So we're midway through construction, so all the pieces aren't in place yet. And so unfortunately, this hit before they got everything in place that needed to be in place to address that.
Let me just quickly say that is a state project. STATE. That is a state project, not a Houston project. Okay.
Obviously, Keating's Bayou overflowed this morning. I think Brays at one point did. Any other bayous? I know Buffalo.
So White Oak got really close, and Buffalo got really close downtown, right at overflowing. But they did not actually spill out to the point of impacting freeways or anything. They got close, and. We're watching. I know that Clear Creek is also one that has been out and above in some of the tributaries into Clear Creek. have been out throughout the day as well. For the city of Houston, because our partners at the Harris County Flood Control District are really managing the bayou system, for us, until those bayous go down, our neighborhoods can't drain. So you've got the water backed up in the neighborhoods waiting for the bayous to go down so it can drain out as well. So it's really that both systems have to be, bayou has to drain first, then the neighborhoods can finish draining out.
Do you remember around what time Higgins came back within its banks? I know it was sort of
overnight.
It was overnight. By this morning, it was back in its banks. It was before 5 a.m. So, and then by late morning, it was almost back to as if we hadn't had any rain at all.
And then Chief Pena or Chief White, you mentioned one rescue involving boats. Don't mind telling us more details about that. Where it was.
There was a call received earlier this morning near Hempstead where a van had been overcome with water, swift water. 2 children were trapped in the van. The rescue trucks deployed their resources into the...
And as we wrap up, we have